Mobile World Congress, one of the top telecom events of the year, is just around the corner. And this year it will be
probably like the first big edition of MWC after everything stopped.
Pre-pandemic, 5G was just a buzzword, but now you can expect to see some major advancements.
Not just demonstrating it as like a science fair project, but like real practical applications for everyday life.
It's an interesting irony. While many felt like the world stopped during the pandemic, the pace of technological innovation sped up. Specifically, the pandemic strengthened the business case for bandwidth and a need to work from anywhere. It's not hard to see why this year's conference is dubbed Connectivity Unleashed.
It's really important to distinguish how it's different than, kind of what we were talking about as 5G back in, 2019 and 2020. So the 5G network then was mostly a network of fast access, or high-speed access to the internet over the mobile network. But newer systems, as the radio access network evolves, you get into standalone 5G, and that is a fully cloud-based 5G core or mobile core in 5G network.
Standalone 5G brings faster, more reliable, more capable telecommunications networks than ever before. But it also brings more challenges, logistical, operational, and financial.
To build mobile network infrastructure that's both, flexible and innovative and interoperable and can kind of handle whatever you throw at it, it really has to have a high degree of automation and try to keep the price point as low as you possibly can.
You could expect the conference to focus on moves that tackle those challenges, like the conversation around Open RAN.
For 2022, it's a year of more consolidation in this market, so I think it's going to be front and center in the discussions.
Open RAN architecture virtualizes parts of the cellular network that are traditionally handled by specialized hardware and software. That results in a network that's interoperable, flexible, and automated.
Of course, there are companies like Ericsson that have a hand in both types of network infrastructure, and then there are companies like Red Hat who are helping with the software, the cloud-native software that enables these systems to work more efficiently.
We've already had some success in this space. We believe 2022 will be the year where it'll go into some double-digit deployments from single-digit at the moment.
And then there's Dell and there's Intel, which are providing the core underlying infrastructure that sort of runs the networks. So we're kind of moving from an industry that was hyper-competitive to an industry that's hyper-cooperative.
Intel and Ericsson are among the many companies forging a partnership in this space, and you'll likely hear more about that at the conference. The two companies joining together to create the cloud infrastructure needed for mid-band 5G deployment.
If you look at where 5G is today, and especially if you look at the mid-band carrier today in 5G, we are consuming almost 150 times the compute capacity compared to what the regular LTE carrier is doing. And that we're doing in half of the time based on the frame structure of NR. So it's a really huge demand on the compute platforms that we see out in the networks. So that's why we're super excited to work with Intel and the compute platforms that Intel is bringing to the market.
So to be successful, this requires us to seamlessly connect the edge to the cloud and also provide the headroom to, while we're automating the infrastructure, increasingly also provide headroom to add new capabilities and new services while building in flexibility to adapt to changing business challenges and opportunities.
So it's clear 5G connectivity is becoming the baseline for future innovations. And those I spoke to say it's already serving as the building blocks for one buzzword in particular. I think you know which one I'm talking about.
There is a new kid on the block in terms of metaverse. I think you expect to hear something about that too.
The metaverse is still something that's very much far off and not part of reality yet. It's still very much in the buzzword phase. But I think the reason people get excited about it is because they can kind of see evidence of it in little pockets right now.
Broad coverage of super fast 5G networks are expected to be the tipping point for virtual and augmented realities, and that's expected to bring in a lot more opportunities for network operators. For more coverage on those opportunities and the developments of Mobile World Congress, be sure to stick with Light Reading. The conference kicks off at the end of this month in Barcelona. Till next time, I'm Diana Blass.